September 2025, Lilith announces a new Zenith city skin. The chainers are looking at their speeds, and the whales are getting ready to spend. And that's when the story starts. A story that starts with excuses, moves into delays, and then deflection, and ends with someone being unpaid over $8,000. It didn't all happen at once. It happened gradually through delays, excuses, and just enough replies to keep things moving. This is the story of how two influential players from Kingdom 1900 used timing, status, and trust to take thousands of dollars in value and then slowly disappear when it comes time to pay. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I am King Schmuck. I am both your source of entertainment and justice in Rise of Kingdoms, as I cover weekly drama content and try to shed light towards any injustice happening in Rise of Kingdoms. If you like this content, drop a like and subscribe, as it tremendously helps the growth of the channel. Now, without stalling any further, let's get into the video. Let's start from the beginning. Who is John, and how on earth is it possible to steal over $8,000 from him? John is what you call a vendor in Rise of Kingdoms. He offers whales cheaper bundles using a type of gift card method in China. His process is quite straightforward. You pay him, he logs into your account, he buys the bundles at a cheaper rate, and you save a few dollars. This helps if you're someone that buys bundles very often. John deals with high-paying clients on a daily basis, so when he was reached out by a council member in Kingdom 1900, he thought he could potentially start expanding his business in that kingdom. And the start, it was a very fruitful conversation between the vendor and the client. The first person being Diablo, a well-known council member in Kingdom 1900. Diablo was interested in the new Zenith skin and wanted his account topped up with Flux so he's able to buy as many War Machine bundles as he can. But there was two problems with this. One, he couldn't get his crypto account to work without verification, and two, he promised to pay at the end of the month, after he's done traveling. But because Zenith is in the middle of the month, he's on a tight schedule. So what he wants is for John to top him up using his own money for the next few days, and when Diablo is ready to pay, he'll return the payments. Sounds risky, right? I thought the same thing. So I asked John what he was thinking at the time. What made you trust these guys? I understand you didn't give the money all at once, but still, it's a large sum of money to just hold and give to strangers.
I trust them because I was playing this game is very long time, over 5 years. I met a lot of Arab friends, which is very respectful. They always been nice to me, 100%. And so that's why I, just thinking this guy is also Arab, and so I trust them, 100% as well.
And that was it. You can call it silly, you can call it well-deserved for trusting someone online with your money, but for him, he probably thought he's dealing with the same type of respectable Arab players that he usually vendors for. And maybe he's opening and expanding his business in a new kingdom, especially when the member that reached out is in the council of a kingdom. He didn't think that they would just take his money and run off with it. But the story doesn't just end there. It gets even more twisted. And Kraken also wants bundles. He also wants to push, but the same red flag shows up. Kraken also says he needs time to pay. He just doesn't have the right verification for the crypto transfer. And now, John is supplying two players from the same kingdom without paying. But everything looks polite. Everyone is friendly. Everyone is responding. And everyone says the right things. There's no reason to sound the alarm yet. And watch what happens when John asks for a payment. He doesn't get refusal, he gets reassurance. Soon, after travel, middle of the month, just a few days. While those answers sound reasonable, something important was happening in the background. New orders kept coming, bundles kept being used, and the push continues. So John stays engaged, he stays hopeful, he stays cooperative, and this is the loop. Delay, reassure, request for more bundles, rinse and repeat. And each cycle makes it harder for John to stop. After weeks of this, the numbers become very, very clear. Kraken owes around $4,000 and Diablo owes around $3,500. That's almost $8,000. At this point, this isn't a late payment. This is a serious financial problem. John is now carrying the cost of two people's spending and the cost is just growing. And how much money do they both owe you?
For Diablo, he owes me like $3,556, and for Kraken, he's owe me $4,324. Two guys almost 8K, bro. It's a lot of money.
A lot of money indeed. And once the Zenith push was complete for Diablo, he began ignoring John, not responding to his messages and completely giving him the silent treatment. This is where things become very uncomfortable. John is being ignored, but their in-game activity continues. Kraken is online playing, Kraken is buying bundles using the flux that John topped him up with, and the problem doesn't seem technical. It's very selective. They're ignoring him on purpose. They can log in, they can play, they can spend, they just don't reply. This isn't some type of mistake. It's not one person making that mistake. It's two players from the same kingdom using the same behavior, using the same tactic at the same time on the same person, and it's not a coincidence. It's just a recognizable pattern, a pattern of scamming, and it only gets worse for John. Because after 3 weeks of getting ignored, Ruz from King's Codex mistakenly makes a warning post regarding a specific method John used to top up his players, simply warning the players in his community regarding any PayPal purchases to void them from any risks. He thought that John was trying to buy as many bundles using PayPal, then refunding them all at once, but there was no solid proof and no grounds to this happening, so Ruz shortly took the post down. However, the damage was already done, and this was the perfect scapegoat for the two scammers, and this was the post that they clung to and used as an excuse whenever they were questioned about returning the money. But here's why it doesn't make sense for them to use this and how it contradicts their reasoning. Number one, it clearly says here that if you didn't receive Flux coins, you are safe, and it isn't the PayPal method that's being used. And I proved to Diablo that his coins did not increase after each top up, and he proceeded to ignore me. And number two, Diablo started ignoring John 3 weeks before this post was even made. He had already made up his mind to ignore and scam John out of his money 3 weeks before this post was even created and taken down. Diablo begins ignoring John right after the Zenith push is complete around 28th of September, and this post was created in King's Coded around 17th of October. That is plenty time to respond and pay what is owed. After weeks and weeks of trying and no luck, both scammers started ignoring me, they started ignoring Ruz, and they started ignoring anybody that reached out to them to basically deal with the situation. So I make this video to show you guys the story of what happened. Unfortunately for John, it doesn't seem like he's getting his money back, which is a shame, but at least it raises awareness for you guys, so you can know what to expect to deal with if you're ever dealing with the Kingdom 1900. I will be streaming sometime this week to go over this case properly, so if you guys also want to contribute to the discussion, make sure you subscribe and you have your alerts on to join the stream. I will be showing screenshots that I simply couldn't fit into this video, so make sure you turn up if you want to follow through with this case. And as for John, I did ask him a few more follow-up questions, and this is what he has to say. If they were watching this video, what would be one thing that you would want them to know?
If they're watching this video, I just want them to know this is the way I do for them without the coin, which is 100% safe, and there is no chance to refund at all. If I can do it, I did it already, since they're holding me money for a very, very long time, you know. So please understand and open to listen. For you cannot listen to me, it's okay, but please listen to other who is trying to reach out to explain.
What made you eventually think that this wasn't an accident anymore and that they were scamming you?
I was waiting very long time, and I asking many friends, many famous friends who is trying to help, but they try to reach out to them, but eventually they still same the result. Their behavior is not changed, just keep silence and ignoring everything. Even when other friends try to reach out, other L4 or L5 trying to ask and explain for them, they still keep ignoring. So it's I don't understand, and it's just about this. I think they want to scam. This is for sure, bro. Is affecting me a lot. They're holding me like 8K, which is a lot of money, and for this my profit is very thin, and I trust them, but you know they just scamming and holding money something 3 or 4 months something is affect me a lot.
And that wraps up this video, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope we were fair in our assessment in calling those two scammers. Hopefully something good comes out of this. We can only pray. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.